Welcome to the SMARTS Elementary website walkthrough. This video will show you everything you need to know how to access the SMARTS Elementary curriculum materials and supporting videos and resources on the SMARTS website. So first, make sure you're on the SMARTS website, smarts-ef.org. This is the homepage where you can find lots of great introductory information on EF and all things SMARTS related. When you're ready to access your materials, click on Login in the upper right-hand corner. This is where you can enter your username and password. You'll know that you've logged in successfully when you see the tab Curriculum and Tools. These tabs are only viewable by logged in users. One thing to point out before we get into the tools is don't forget to check out the Events tab. Throughout the year, we'll be scheduling SMARTS conversations. This is the secondary one, but there is an elementary one scheduled as well. So these are a great time to join a small group of educators for really some customized focus on how to use the materials, doing some brainstorming, sharing ideas of what's worked for you. So please keep your eyes peeled on the events section for SMARTS conversations, as well as opportunities for conferences and fun things like that as well. So always check out that events tab. Under tools, you'll see planning, training videos, a workbook, and remote learning resources. Under the planning tab, let me just highlight a few of the documents available. We do have some great introductory videos that can help you kind of flesh out, what is EF? Why does this matter to me? What are some best practices? A really great condensed crash course in executive function. Here, the curriculum overview lays out all the lessons in the curriculum, unit by unit, as well as some of the learning objectives for them. The Getting Started packet will walk you through every step of getting started with SMARTS, from selecting lessons to planning your year, to measuring impact, to planning for next year. The Getting Started with Elementary survey is if you're looking for some customized support. After you read that packet and you're like, I still don't know where to go, feel free to fill out this survey. You'll get 2 pages of customized suggestions, helping you select lessons and time the lessons, everything you need to get started. So feel free to fill that out as well. And then, of course, the planner is just a calendar you can use to map out your year. And then the video that you're watching right now. Training videos are selected recordings from previous SMARTS sessions that you can use to kind of get up to speed. These are available only for current SMARTS Elementary users. We have some welcome webinars, SMARTS Elementary walkthrough, a webinar on EF in elementary school, and a presentation by Dr. Meltzer at Harvard. So feel free to check these out and review them at your leisure. The SMARTS Elementary program has a student workbook that is available for purchase only for SMARTS users. You'll see the pricing starts 12 individually. If you order more, the price goes down. So please, you can check out this page here and hit order more, and we will help you process that order. This year, they are all in color and they look beautiful. So I hope if you find that useful, please check it out. And the Elementary Remote Learning Resources is a page that we will update throughout the year with new features. These fillable student handouts are now integrated in the curriculum, so don't worry about that. But we're also collecting apps and websites and things like that that are really useful for teachers who are teaching remotely. So we'll keep up with that throughout the year. Check back often. When you're ready to teach a lesson, you click on Curriculum, and that will take you to the page that has all of the units and the lessons. So you'll notice the lessons are organized by EF area. Okay, EF, intro to EF, goal setting, flexible problem solving, organizing and prioritizing time, organizing and prioritizing information, remembering, and self-monitoring and self-checking. When you're ready to teach a certain lesson, you simply click to open the unit, and then you find your lesson over here and click on Access Lesson. All the materials you need to teach the lesson are down here under Downloads. The teacher packet contains the lesson plan as well as any handouts that are specific to the teacher only. The first page of the lesson plan always has some kind of high-level stuff like key definitions, best practices, common challenges, things like that. When you get down into the at a glance, it will break down the organization of the lesson and the materials. All SMARTS Elementary lessons contain 4 20-minute modules. So 4 separate 20-minute activities totaling 80 minutes per lesson. You can teach those modules independently, or you can combine them, depending on the amount of time you have. You'll see the modules down here under, as directed lesson is when it's time to start teaching. And you'll see each module contains, the lesson activities for that piece. The first one is always the metacognitive activator. Guided instruction is number 2. Independent practice number 3. And wrap up and reflection number 4. Always make time for a strategy shout out. Let students share the strategies they're using. And we'll also include suggestions for extensions, ways you can take this next step. As you go forward, you'll see things like answer keys, things that only the teacher needs to see. And those will be included in the teacher packet as well. The student packet contains all of the materials that the student needs. So it's all the different handouts for that lesson in one packet. You can download this and upload it to your Google Classroom or Blackboard, or you can print it out. The same materials can be used on in-person and remote. You'll notice that all of these are fillable, so you can put your name here and the date as well. Now, obviously some have a little more fillable than that. So students can use them electronically and save them and then re-upload them to submit them. You might want to, of course, help students with that piece, but they are totally usable in online instruction format. Every lesson comes with a PowerPoint, and just a quick note about the PowerPoint. PowerPoints are very useful, especially in a remote learning situation, because, well, let me show you a couple things. One is that they contain the lesson plan in the presenter notes. So as you're teaching the lesson, if you have the presenter display on your computer, it will give you the lesson plan as you go and will keep you on track. Very useful if it's your first time teaching it. Also, the PowerPoint does a good job of modeling the strategy for the students. It really kind of guides them through it and helps them see kind of how these different strategies kind of come to life. So feel free to use the PowerPoint to model strategies for your students. And finally, you can also modify the PowerPoint. So if your kids don't like pictures, you can take them out, you can add your own pictures, you can change text based on the Lexile level, or you can chop the lesson plan apart and use it in different pieces and parts. So the PowerPoint is where you can do a lot of the modification that you may want to do for the strategy. Every SMARTS elementary lesson has the Bridge to Home letter. The Bridge to Home letter is a way for the student to share the strategy that they're learning with their parents. And remember, similarly, this is fillable. You can do it electronically, or you can print it out and do a hard copy. So the student talks about what they liked about the lesson, what did they learn, and then if there's a question that they can ask their family member that relates the strategy that they're learning in school to something that the parent or guardian might do at home. So this is a great way to bridge the gap on executive function between the home and school. And it has a signature here. Of course, that's entirely optional. I know that getting things signed and turning them in is a whole other level. So you can decide whether or not you want to do that portion. But this is a great way to help parents get involved in supporting executive function as well. And then finally, we have the strategy reflection sheets where kids can rate the strategy and discuss what they liked about it or not. I love this. I love strategy reflection. It's once again fillable, but just to know that you can also do that as an out loud activity if you prefer. Okay, so that is how you find all of the lessons in the SMARTS elementary curriculum. Feel free to navigate back and forth between the different lessons as you put together your year. And last thing to point out, we are here for you. So my email is at the top of the curriculum page. If you're having any problems or you're looking for something, you're not quite sure where to go, do not hesitate to reach out. It is our job to support you as you implement this executive function curriculum. We know every year is its own adventure. We hope that SMARTS is going to be a useful tool for you and your students. So don't hesitate, don't be a stranger. We hope to see you at one of our trainings or SMARTS conversations, and we look forward to hearing what you have to think about the SMARTS elementary curriculum in the year ahead. Thank you.